Hello everyone, and today we're back into another top 5. So, you can get specialty boots from the arcade, and these give you an increase of speed. So, what are the 5 best specialty boots users in all of Loomian Legacy? So, yeah, these are basically the Loomians that can utilize off the extra speed while also having great coverage. So let's get right into the top 5. So, on number 5 onto the list, it's actually going to be a very interesting pick because it's actually going to be Munch Wheel. And I know what you're thinking, the Rev Up Munch Wheel does not need this at all. This is solely for the specialization version because you get a massive increase of damage with specialization and you only have one move to click anyway. So the speciality boots with you only being attached to that one move does not matter that much. You could also use Metatoad. Metatoad would work as well, but since Munch Wheel has higher speed, you could actually outspeed a little bit more. So Munch Wheel is a little bit better as a specialization boots user rather than Metatoad. And it's really good. It hits pretty hard. Like, really hard. Sometimes it's way too hard. And it's actually a Loomian that can beat the Tundralin Venolin meta, which is awesome. Because the Tundralin Venolin meta has been a massive meta problem in Loomian Legacy for a while. So it's something that could beat them both is a really huge advantage. But so yeah, Munch Wheel being number 5 makes a lot of sense. The only reason why it is number 5 and not higher is because you are stuck to only clicking Steel Crusher. Even then, it's not that much of a problem. Plus, there's also other specialty boots users that are better and that can outspeed more. So yeah, that's why Munch Wheel is only at number 5, when other Loomians have higher speed tiers of a lot higher attack, meaning that they can utilize the boots a little bit better. So Munch Wheel being is number 5. Let's get right into the number 4 slot. And yeah, Munch Wheel, though, still a pretty solid boots user. Very well. I mean, it sweeps this guy's team. This guy's team gets absolutely swept by Munch Wheel, which is kind of crazy considering that Munch Wheel is only known for that with Rev Up. So, the number 4 into the top specialty boots users is actually going to be Valkyrie. Yep, Valkyrie is on the list. Valkyrie is on the list, people. And boy, it is amazing with specialty boots. Has 4 different moves: Gamma Pulse, Metal Blast, Air Blade, Raging Howl, Awakening increases its attack, 125 attack with 75 speed. This thing is awesome with specialty boots. With specialty boots, this outspeeds very nimble Zulong, as you can see. As this outspeeds very nimble Zulong, which is very awesome. I love that. It also outspeeds a ton of other stuff too. I think the only thing it can outspeed with boots is very nimble Gobademic and of course other boots users. But Valkyrie is so good because it hits so hard. And unlike Munch Wheel, it only has metal coverage. You have light, metal, air, and normal coverage. You can hit pretty much anything in the game apart from Metatoad, which yeah, Metatoad is kind of a problem, but everything else you can hit, which is insane. And since you hit so hard, nothing really wants to come in against you. Like, this is a +2 at Nimue. And Nimue is 122 range defense. Let's remember that. Nimue is at +2. And it almost two-shots it, which is just amazing to me. This really shows Valkyrie's strengths. Like, Valkyrie is definitely one of the best wall breakers in the game, and definitely one of the best with specialty boots. So yeah, Valkyrie being number 4 on this list makes a whole ton of sense. Let's get right into number 3. So number 3 in the top specialty boots users is actually going to be Wrestling. And y'all guys might be shocked that Wrestling ain't number 2 or 1. And I think because there's another Loomian that does it better, but Wrestling. Ace. The Ace ability with Pep Jab is amazing. You can also run Body Slam for normal coverage for Bar Blast, basically specifically for Bar Blast. And you outspeed everything in the game once you have the boots, which every other Loomian from straight up would outspeed everything in the rest of the game, which is awesome. And since Wrestling hits so hard with Ace, it just is the hardest hitting damage dealer in all of Loomian Legacy because of that ability. Wrestling hits so freaking hard, it's not even hilarious. It's doing a ton of damage to everything in the game right now, and it almost sweeps this match if I wasn't unlucky with the burn. I would have actually swept this guy's team, which is just kind of crazy to know that Wrestling is this powerful. Although, the reason why it is only number 3, Spirit types can wall it, Even though Blaze Punch can hit some spirit types, it doesn't hit them all. Your Soul is kind of a problem. Revenine just sits on you. And a couple other Loomians can too, like Barblast. But even then, Wrestling is still really, really good. There's no doubt about that. Wrestling is still one of the best specialty boots users. And if it had a little bit more coverage, it would definitely be in the top 2. But number 2 has that coverage when Wrestling doesn't. Despite the number 2 spot having flaws, it has the coverage when Wrestling doesn't. And that's why Wrestling is number 3 and not in the top 2. Although it doesn't mean anything for Wrestling. Wrestling is still one of the best boots users in all of Loomian Legacy. So number 2 in this list, it's actually going to be a surprise because it's Carolyn. As much hate as I've given Carolyn in the past with Hasty missing, it has ancient coverage, as well as Fire Slam and Rough Up, with even more attack than Wrestling, even higher speed, has an ability to increase its melee attack in the coverage. That's the thing. Ancient coverage changes everything. You can hit so much more with Ancient Fire and Brawler compared to Brawler and Fire. Those spirit types are suddenly weak to you. And despite all the missing problems, which, by the way, I have 3 misses in a row in this clip. 3 misses in a row is just kind of absurd. Despite that, though, it is amazing with boots. It outspeeds very nimble Zulong, just like the last 2. And it hits so hard, and since it has amazing coverage, if you can predict the swap, you can just completely destroy people's teams pretty easily with this thing. And this thing is so powerful. So much hard-hitting potential, and even then, with Adaptive Assault, you can even get a +1, which really helps you out. If you can get a +1, completely helps you out in the game. The only flaw is, and the only reason it's not number 1 is because it keeps missing. And also, I just think number 1 is a little bit better. So yeah, Carolyn being a number 2 is awesome. It's a very good boots user. Let's get right into the best boots user in all of Loomian Legacy. So, the best specialty boots user in all of Loomian Legacy is not even close. Of course, it's Booneri. You become the opposing Loomian, so your stats will be tied. If you run the boots, you will always outspeed them, unless they run boots as well. And that's the thing that makes Booneri amazing. You can just go into anything. One, either play as a scout and look at the opposing Loomian's moves. Like, for example, you could scout the opposing Loomian, take their ability, and also scout their moves. Know what moves they have, which will be amazing for the late game. So you could lead. So Booneri is a very good lead just as a scout. And also, since you outspeed stuff, if it's stuff like spirit types, this thing can destroy spirit types. Spirit types gets utterly destroyed by this thing because spirit types destroy each other. And also, the fact that you can just go into any Loomian and any stat boost makes it so sweeping is nearly impossible. Because when they start their sweep, you steal their sweep. And of course, if we have a Booneri versus Booneri matchup, it's always a very fun experience. That's why Booneri is the best specialty boots user in all of Loomian Legacy. And it's definitely probably the most fun Loomian to use in the game too, just because of how ridiculous and how unique it is. So yeah, Booneri being the best specialty boots user in all of Loomian Legacy. And it's not even close. So here it is, Booneri, the best boots user in all of Loomian Legacy. What do you think about that, Rainbow Rick? Do you think it looks okay? Yes, exactly. Rainbow Rick even agrees with this. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. There are a couple other boots users that could have been on this list, so if you think you lost the boots user, tell me in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all all later. Bye-bye!